UMich students, what's going on? I'm here in the Law Quad today with UM's Dean of Students, Dr. Laura Blake-Jones. It's so nice to meet you.
It's great to meet you too, Cam.
So as the Dean of Students, you're in charge of making sure that all of us have a great, healthy, safe, and inclusive campus experience. What advice do you have for our Wolverines in terms of safely connecting with our campus community this semester?
It's a really great question, Cam. It's so amazing to have students back here, seeing Ann Arbor coming back to life. And we all still need to really do our part to keep ourselves and the community safe. We're about following our public health guidelines and taking care of maize and blue.
So with many of our students on campus for the first time this semester, where can they go when they need support, whether it be for academics, campus community, or COVID-19?
You know, two of the things about the University of Michigan that I brag about the most is the breadth and depth of the resources that we have here and the caring nature of our faculty, staff, and students. And so while this is such a big decentralized place, it can be hard to navigate all that. So the number one thing I say to students is just don't be afraid to ask for help and reach out. There are the breadth of resources that we have, from tutoring support for your academics, academic coaching, peer counseling and support. I could go on and on and on about the range of resources. All of them are here, but if they're hard to find and connect to when you need them, you just need to ask. The Dean of Students office is also a fallback option. We're on the third floor in the Michigan Union, and if you don't know where else to go to get a need met that you have, just come into the office. You can come in person, you can call, you can even set up a virtual Zoom appointment. We will point you in the right direction and get you to the resources that can support your success.
So those are all great points. Wolverines, if you need help connecting to resources, head to the third floor of the Michigan Union, look for the Dean of Students office. So continuing on, what can Wolverines do to maintain our campus health this semester?
Well, first of all, Cam, I've got to start by saying Wolverines have already done an amazing job at committing to our health and safety. A 94% vaccination rate in the student community at Michigan is extraordinary. But we have to stay vigilant, right? We have to keep at it. For those of us that might have had an exemption request, we've got to test weekly. For those of us that are fully vaccinated, we've got to be really mindful if we start to have any symptom to heed the advice of isolating and getting tested. All of us doing those things to keep the rest of the campus community safe is essential.
So as you mentioned, Ann Arbor and campus are much more lively again, which is great, but that can make isolating really tough. What are students worried about the most?
Well, you know, when students need to isolate, they're often worried about missing class, right? They want to be there to absorb the information, to interact with their faculty members. They also might be worried about seeing their friends, missing a football game, not being at a tailgate event. And so it's just really important that we recognize that part of taking care of maize and blue is taking care of ourselves and then isolating when we need to.
So as we both know, the University of Michigan campus is huge, Ann Arbor is a big place, and classes can be rigorous as well. What advice do you have for students to successfully navigate this fall semester?
Cam, Michigan students are bright, they are hardworking and resilient. So when I am talking with a student who's struggling in some way, first thing I do is to remind them to remember the skill set that got them here. A second thing is to remind them about the breadth and depth of the resources that are here. If you need help finding those, we point them to the Dean of Students office and we remind them that their fellow Wolverines have their back, that we're a caring and inclusive community and we're here for each other.
Sweet. So Wolverines, we're happy to have you back. Hope you're settling in well to this semester. Dean Jones, thank you so much for taking the time today. Before I let you go, can I get a Go Blue?
Absolutely. Go Blue!